Thank you, guys. Next up is Mr. Claysmile. He has a segment for us. Everybody, Mr. Claysmile for the first time here at Primo Comedy.
Thank you, Drew. Appreciate that. Oh, this is amazing. I'm actually a motivational speaker. I'm not a comedian, really, but I got some funny stuff to say, right? Like, for example, there's a story about a very wealthy old man who lives in a mansion, and he throws a party in his backyard. And in his backyard, he has a very large swimming pool. And in the swimming pool, there are alligators, okay? And so, one night he throws a big party, and everybody from the town is there. And at one moment during the party, he gets on the microphone and he says, if any young man can swim from one side of this pool to the other side of the pool, I will give that young man one of three things. Either one, $250,000 in cash, or two of my fancy cars, or three, one of my vacation homes anywhere around the world. All right? At that moment, there's a large splash. Everybody turns and looks at the pool, and they see this young man in the pool swimming. Alligators are rushing towards him. He's able to dodge past the alligators. It's amazing. Alligators are chasing after him, but he is able to make it to the other side, and he jumps out of the pool. He's tired, and it's just amazing. There's a large applause. Everybody's amazed. The old rich man comes over to the young man. He says, well done. So tell me, which prize do you want? Do you want $250,000 in cash? The young man says, no. Old rich man then says, okay, well then do you want two of my fancy cars? Again, the young man says, no. The old rich man then says, okay, well then you must want the third prize. You must want, what was the third prize? The third prize was like the vacation home, right? You must want the vacation home. But again, the young man says, no. Everybody's confused. And so the old rich man is like, well, wait a minute. Those were the three options. Well, then tell me, what do you want? And full of anger, the young man says, I just want to know who pushed me in that pool. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. Okay, that's a little, okay. I don't know what that was. That was just to engage the crowd. Okay, there you go. So now here's the thing. So I thought that was pretty funny. But now here's the thing. You know, in life, we all have to be one of three things. A potato, an egg, or a coffee bean. Okay? A potato, an egg, or a coffee bean. Because listen, if you place a potato into hot boiling water, the hot water will change the potato into becoming soft, right? If you place an egg into hot boiling water, the hot water will change the inside of the egg into becoming hard, right? But if you place a coffee bean into hot boiling water, the hot water will not change the coffee bean, but rather the coffee bean will change the hot water. And so likewise, as we go through hot water in our lives, as we go through problems and struggles and challenges and obstacles and disappointments, as we go through hot water, we don't have to allow the hot water to change us into something hard and angry, nor soft and weak, but rather we can change the hot water into opportunities to learn and grow stronger. So be a coffee bean. Holler if you hear me. Can I get a holler somewhere? Holler if you hear me. Holler if you hear me. All right, so it wasn't that funny, but it was very motivational, right? All right, now back to the funny jokes. All right, here's the thing. I saved my best for last. You ready for this? This is my best for last. Here it is. There's a group of frogs traveling in the woods. Two of them fall down into a deep pit and begin jumping, trying to get out of the pit. All the other frogs gather around the pit, and when they see how deep the pit is, they begin to tell those two frogs that they are as good as dead. They tell them the pit is too deep. They tell them they are hopeless. They tell them they should lie down and die. One of the two frogs in the pit takes heed to what the other frogs are saying. He listens to all that negativity. He gets so very discouraged and depressed, he just gives up. He stops jumping, lies down, and dies. But the other frog keeps on jumping and jumping and jumping. The crowd of frogs outside the pit continue to yell at him words of discouragement. You're hopeless. You will never be able to make it out of this pit. Just lie down and die. But that frog, he doesn't stop. Keeps on jumping and jumping and jumping. And finally, he makes it out of the pit. Everybody was surprised. Then they discovered that he was hearing impaired. He was unable to hear all those words of discouragement. In fact, when he was in the pit, he thought that they were trying to encourage him the entire time. Can you imagine that? The crowd of frogs were looking down on him, yelling at him, "You're hopeless. This pit's too deep. Just lie down and die." He's like, "Okay, guys, I'm coming. I'm coming." I thought that was funny. Hey! Yeah. Holler if you hear me. Holler if you hear me. Excellent, excellent. So guys, this has been real fun. Stepping outside my comfort zone, comedy night. Really big thanks to Drew for allowing me to talk. And I want to leave you with just one more story. One more story as I leave. Is this a true story? Several years ago in the Seattle Special Olympics, 9 mentally and physically challenged runners gathered at the starting line of the 100-yard dash. True story. When the gun went off, all of them started off running. One of them, a little boy, slipped, stumbled, and fell down and started crying. When the other runners heard him crying, all of them, every one of them, true story, all of them slowed down and then turned around and went back to where he was. And they all picked him up, and all 9 of them linked arms together and then walked towards the finish line together. Amazing, amazing, true story. And I think about that, and I think about how real that is. Amazing how they watched this group of children, this group of mentally and physically challenged kids, they watched them display the real true meaning of success and the real true meaning of greatness. Real success, true greatness, is not about winning a race, but it's about helping others win the race along with you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Amen. All right. Amen. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Also, I was thinking about something. How many of you have manual windows in your cars? Anybody have manual windows? You have manual windows? I thought I was the only one. I have manual, you have to roll it, and friends make fun of me because I have manual windows, right? And manual locks, where I have to lock it, And the thing is, though, about it, here's what I think. If your broke friends are making fun of your spending habits, you're on the right track. Holler if you hear me. Holler if you hear me. If your broke friends are making fun of your spending habits, right? Because look, here's the thing. I realized I was able to save money by not getting the power locks, right? So, on a tight budget and everything, right? Because look, here's my piece of advice. Don't try to drive a Bentley on a Honda budget. Holler if you hear me. Yeah. Don't try to drive a Bentley on a Honda budget. Excellent, excellent. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Drew, for allowing me to talk. Awesome, guys. Holler if you hear me. Oh,
Guys, please give it a Claysmile. That's actually really impressive. Jeez, you had dance moves, you had motivation and jokes all in one. I just have jokes and weird hair. So you had me on that one. Guys, we're going to come back in just a minute. I need to absorb all those good feels for a minute.